Don't overthink anything, bro. We're living in the moment. We put in too much work, bro. Have fun today. Let's go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Daddy, on me. Daddy, on me. 1, 2, 3,
Yo, what is good? What is good? What is good? What is good with everybody in the chat, man? How is everybody feeling? This is a weird one, man. This is definitely a weird one, but we got to talk about it, in my opinion. This one, we can't just brush it over. I tried to brush over. I really did. I really tried to brush over the fact that the Washington football team kind of just did what they did, but with this news coming out with the Colts really trying to go all in on our quarterback, man. I have to talk about this, but before I get into anything else right now, shout out to everybody who's already in here. We got Anato in the chat. We got 27 Raider. Who else? We got Unknown. My guy Wasted was popping. Brent Charles, Kane, Brave Raider. Look, man, this is big. This is big in my opinion, and we really need to talk about this, man. Because if the price is right, are you guys trading away DC? Are you guys trading away DC, man? If the price is right, are you trading away DC? In my opinion, I love DC, but if the price is right, flat out yes. And we're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna get more and more into this. We got more people in here. We got Raider Ross, the number, Swin Raider, Christian. Who else we got in here? Bourbon City, Vincent, Linnell, Robert. Look, shout out to everybody in here. But look, let's talk about it, right? Some in here love DC, some in here don't. But would you guys truly consider going into 2023 with a bridge quarterback? I know, shout out to my guy Graf. I know he's mentioned this many times before, but would you guys consider, if the price is right, going into 2023 or 2022 season with a bridge quarterback? There's some quarterbacks out there that can play game manager football and really let the defense and let the pieces around him flourish. This is something that we got to talk about, man. Like there's quarterbacks out there. There's Teddy Bridgewater. He's a good game manager. There's possibly Jimmy Garoppolo. He could get cut. He's a decent game manager. I don't want Jimmy G. Fuck no. I don't want Jimmy G. There's Mariota. We can bring back Mariota. Like, there's a lot of things that you can talk about if we're talking about bridge quarterbacks. I know my guy Graf is a big fan of possibly bringing in Jameson Winston. He's a bridge quarterback that you can possibly do. I mean, look, the reason why I'm really talking about this, because if this is true, and there's a team like the Indianapolis Colts that quote unquote want to go all in on our quarterback Derek Carr, for one, we would free up $20 million in that trade. That's just one. Not only that, shout out to my guy Raid. He mentioned this in our chat. The fact that they don't have a first-round pick this year would make them have to overcompensate. So if they don't have a first-round pick, they may have to put in a DeForest Buckner, a Darius Leonard, a big piece, a Quentin Nelson. So really, think about this, you guys. If the Colts really think about going all in for our quarterback, you really have to start thinking like, hold on, man. We may have to truly consider this because, I mean, look, the picks, we may not be the best at drafting, but at the end of the day, in the NFL, draft picks are currency. As far as cap space, draft picks are also currency. We see year in and year out, the Los Angeles Rams just use draft picks as currency, go out, freaking trade for a Von Miller midseason, let Von Miller just play out the season. They go to a Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl, and they let him walk. So this is my thing. We could do that. We could do that and really start to consider, can this team win without Derek Carr? If we built a strong defense, we've seen the Jimmy Garoppolos of the worlds with a strong defense and enough pieces around him go to the Super Bowl. So, look, in my opinion, I think Derek Carr is miles and miles ahead of Jimmy G. Personally, I do. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about bums, because Jimmy G's a bum, in my opinion. But if Jimmy G can make his way into two Super Bowl or almost two Super Bowls, what could the Raiders do with something similar? The fact is, we just have to get into the Super Bowl. Because once you're in, it's 50-50. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. That's what it is at the end of the day. So look, man, we may not be a team that's in that position to make that trade, but if the Indianapolis Colts truly feel like they are going all in, hey man, you don't have a first round pick this year. Give me DeForest Buckner. Give me Quentin Nelson. Give me Darius Leonard, right? So you would literally kind of have to put the Colts against the wall and be like, listen, you don't have truly what we want in terms of draft capital, but you do have a player or two that we would like. I mean, DeForest Buckner, we would finally have a true defensive tackle. Quentin Nelson would fix a lot of problems if we were to acquire him. Darius Leonard, in my opinion, Darius Leonard is the best linebacker in this game. I really do like Darius Leonard. So let me ask you guys in this chat right here. I've sat on it the whole day. The reports have been coming out the whole day. What is your guys' asking price for Derek Carr? What is your guys' asking price for Derek Carr? We just saw Matthew Stafford last offseason, I believe, go for 2 first-round picks. We saw just the other day, yesterday, or if not 2 days ago, Russell Wilson go for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 5th-round pick, Noah Fant, Drew Lock, and Shelby Harris. So what is your guys' asking price for DC? If the Colts were to approach you, Jamal, you, OG Fade, Raider for life, what would you guys be asking for from the Indianapolis Colts if they approached you today for Derek Carr? What would you guys do? Cash Lord. Buckner, a 2nd round, a 3rd round, and T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton is way past his prime. Way past his prime. My man Jamal says, I don't know what he meant. He said 30 mil, but this man OG says straight up decline. Okay. Cash Lord says Buckner, a second, 1 second, a 3rd, and T.Y. This man Christian says 2 first-round picks. Kane Town was good with you, my G. MJ, he says 2 first, 2 thirds, and a player or 2. Okay. We got Jamal in here. He says 1st and a 2nd and Buckner. Let's see what else we got. Why would the Raiders turn down Washington? Why would the Raiders turn down Washington but then trade to Colts? Who knows, bro? Who freaking knows? But I mean, this is weird as fuck, man. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Shout out to my guy, my boy, Wasted. This motherfucker don't ever donate again. Just pull up, man. Just pull up. Redenays, my guy, Wasted Talent. He says, my guy, Andy, my price is a 2 threes? 2 threes or a 1st and a 2nd, a player, and next year's 1st or 2nd, and Buckner. Shit. So 2 threes, 1 and 2 next year, and Buckner. I think that's fair. Hey man, I think that's fair, man. I think that's fair. Fuck it, and the 3rd. This man Jamal said, and the 3rd. Hey man, let's just add more motherfuckers in there, right? Strum. You know what, Strum? I agree with you on this. He says Watson is the only QB I'd replace Carr with. Look, Strum. As a talent standpoint, I think that this man, if you are to make a trade for Deshaun Watson, it puts you in second. It puts you in second in the division in terms of quarterbacks. But look, Deshaun Watson got other shit he need to deal with. And personally, I don't want him on this fucking team if what he's doing is true. I don't want him on this team, bro. I don't want that on my team. Raider champion, my dog, he says, feels like an overreaction from the Wilson trade. Personally, I am overreacting, Raider champion. I am. I truly, truly am. Because this right here, that shit was a wake-up call, man. What happened yesterday was truly a wake-up call. You're either going to get better or you're going to be playing catch-up until Russell Wilson retires. So, hey, you gotta get better. Whether it's trading away DC, bringing in a load of proven talent over from Indianapolis, or bringing in a load of picks. But listen, man, it we got to do what needs to be done. Do I think that this will happen? It honestly, it honestly depends on what the Indianapolis Colts would be offering. Here's my thing. I understand Josh McDaniels already said it. DC will be our opening. He will be our opening quarterback come week 1. I get that. But truly at the end of the day, if the price is right, you have to take it. You have to take it. If Indianapolis offers you what the Broncos offered Seattle, but without the 2 second round picks and those 3 players, in my opinion, you do it. You got to do it. My boy Cash Lord, he says trade Carr, ride with Mariota, and get Teddy as a backup. Build the defense like the Ravens built the 2000 team. That's what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying, and this is tough, bro. It's a weird position because personally, I don't think that without DC we would be like. I don't think that without DC we'd be extremely worse if we were to go and build an insane defense. Because we've seen bums go to the Super Bowl with an insane defense. Obviously, it's a lot harder to do what they did. It's a lot harder to replicate that, but it shows that it can be done. So, look, I saw a lot of people in here talking about 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a player. Look, man, at the end of the day, if the price is right and what the Colts are offering is something you can't turn down, man, look, DC, we love you, man. Once a Raider, always a Raider, but bro, it'll be tough. It'll be very tough to try and turn something like that down, man, because I honestly do feel like the Colts are kind of in a place where it's kind of they're kind of desperate. So, you know, why not? Why not entertain that? Let's see. My guy in here says that the Colts do not have a first round pick. Raider Squid, in my opinion, that helps to our advantage. That helps to our advantage. If the Raiders, I mean, if the Colts do not have a first round pick, well, the Colts don't have a first round pick this year. That makes them have to overcompensate. That makes them have to overcompensate. You can ask for their second round. You can ask for their first round next year. But you could then also ask for one of their proven starters, for a DeForest Buckner, for a Darius Leonard, possibly a Quentin Nelson. You can ask for that because it makes them have to overcompensate due to the fact that they don't have a first round pick. So look, me personally, if all they want, if for them all going all in is their second round picks this year and a first next year, no. I'm declining that immediately. Pack your shit, Indianapolis. Don't ever offer me that shit ever again. But if they are including one of those top 3 players that I just named, you strongly have to consider it, man. Darius Leonard is one of the best, in my opinion, the best linebacker in this game. Quentin Nelson is one of the best players at his position, and same goes for DeForest Buckner. So if the Indianapolis Colts really feel like going all in means that they're willing to trade one of those top 3 guys, do it. In my opinion, do it. Simple as that. But at the end of the day, I don't think that the Colts will be willing to give up. I don't think that the Colts will be willing to give up Darius Leonard or Quentin Nelson or DeForest Buckner. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, this is the thing. Like I said, man, those draft picks in the NFL, at the end of the day, it's just another form of currency. You can get around it. You can do things with that currency. Like I said, man, we see the Rams do it every year, or we've seen them try and do it every year. But I mean, look, man, it's really interesting. It's that point of the offseason where, teams are going to be inquiring about a quarterback because they need a quarterback. It just so happens we have a good quarterback on our hands that, at the end of the day, He's on a very, very team friendly deal, and with the cap going up more and more each season, it really allows teams with a quarterback like DC on their roster to do very good moving forward. But look, man, I hope that the Raiders don't undersell DC. I really hope that if the Raiders get a call and they're really only offering two picks this year and a pick next year, hang up on their ass. Don't even fucking entertain that shit. But if they're willing, if the Indianapolis Colts go and say Quinn Nelson, DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard, one of those top three guys, well, go ahead and listen, man. Go ahead and listen. Shout out to my guy White Tyson. He says just trade in for picks so you can move up and get Stroud or a young star next year. Honestly, tired of hearing about it at this point. Look, man, it sucks. Shout out to my guy Tyson. It sucks, but at the end of the day, as long as we have, DC, every single offseason, teams will be calling. Teams will be calling. Right now is probably one of the best times that if you are thinking of getting rid of DC right now, with how crazy teams are going over quarterbacks, this would be a good time to sell them or trade them. I don't think it'll happen though. I don't think it'll happen. I mean, DC, in my opinion, he's been with this team going into his ninth year. It'll be extremely, extremely hard for Coach McDaniels to come in year one, ship him off, and then at that point think that they can find success immediately to make themselves look good. But at the end of the day, you guys, like I said, man, every year you have DC, he's going to get attention, right? Because he's not the flashy quarterback, but the numbers are there. The numbers back up Derek Carr. The numbers show that he can win when he has talent. So it all shows there. And that, in my opinion, teams will always have the teams will always be attracted to Derek Carr because of that. But at the end of the day, if you trade DC and you don't acquire a cornerstone from any team you trade him from or trade him to, if you don't acquire a cornerstone that you can put on your team after trading your quarterback, there's no reason in doing it. There's no reason in doing it at all. Browns are interested. I got a notification. Look, man, if the Browns are interested, it's kind of tough because in my opinion, Baker Mayfield sucks. Like, in my opinion, Baker Mayfield sucks. But I do think that Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater, and I think he's a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo in certain spans. But I don't know. Like, what are the Browns? Look, this is why I asked you guys, what is your guys' asking price? Because with Russell Wilson going for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a fifth, and 3 players, you can honestly get some very, very high value items for DC. But at this point, where the Raiders are, do we think that the Raiders are a team that's prepared to make that kind of trade? Are the teams in the is this team in a situation where if they let go of their quarterback, can they build a stellar defense, a top tier offensive line? In my opinion, I'm not sure because I don't feel like we're a DeForest Buckner away from having a stellar defense. I don't feel like we're a Darius Leonard away from having a stellar defense. In fact, I think we're a DeForest Buckner and a Darius Leonard away from having a stellar defense. We need 2 top guys. So, in my opinion, if you guys hear it from me, I don't think we're a team that's in a position to make that trade for like trade away Derek Carr. But it'll be very, very, very hard to not entertain a possible trade deal. Because with how much quarterbacks are going for right now, you can acquire 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks, use that to move up into next year's draft, and you can get one of the top guys next year. It's a very, very good quarterback class next year. So let's say the Browns, let's say Cleveland. We let Baker Mayfield be in the silver and black for 1 year. Right? You ride out with Baker Mayfield 1 year. Ride out with Baker Mayfield 1 year. And then you say, you know what, Baker Mayfield, you were exactly what we thought you were. You suck. You're out of here. But we're going to use you for a season just because we know we can get by with you, right? Just because we know we can get by with you, we're going to use you for a season. And then in a stacked and loaded quarterback class, we're going to use all those picks and all that capital to trade up and get our guy for the future. Would you guys do that? Would you guys do that? Like I said, man, I don't think that this team is in a position to trade away their quarterback. But at the end of the day, with how valuable picks are, and you can use it as currency in this league, it'll be hard to decline an offer with 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. Even if it doesn't mean that we're going to get 3 starters, like the Denver Broncos did. You know, they gave up Shelby Harris. Well, Drew Locks isn't a starter, but they gave up Shelby Harris and Noah Fant. Those are 2 starters. But like I said, man, next year's draft class in terms of quarterbacks, it has good talent. It has good talent. But it just depends. With those picks, will we be able to do the right thing if we are to move on from DC and use the quarterback that we acquire for just 1 year and have that plan that we're going to move all the way up into a top pick range to get a top quarterback in next year's draft? Like, what do we do? What do we do? Shout out to Joseph Soto, man. If it's not Watson coming to the Raiders, DC is our best option. We want to win regardless of draft/player value. I agree. I agree. Deshaun Watson, in my opinion, out of all the quarterbacks that are quote unquote on the market, he is the only upgrade to DC that are on the market. You know, Aaron Rodgers was on the market. He was an upgrade to DC. Russell Wilson was on the market. He was an upgrade to DC. Deshaun Watson, as of right now, is the only quarterback that's an upgrade to DC, right? But at the end of the day, I don't want that man on my team if what's going on outside of football is true, because that's not okay. And I know bringing politics into football may not be the best thing, but bro, that's not right. And you got to stand for it at the end of the day. So Deshaun, great football player, but if you're doing that shit, we don't want you. We don't. That's not what the silver and black rides with, bro, at all, at all. Shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate the donation, man. My guy read the tape says that Baker ain't no trade bait. He's worth 0 in a trade to us, worth literally 0 value to us. Hey, I just said that shit. That motherfucker's trash. But look, if your plan is to ride out into the sunset for 1 year with a Baker or a Teddy B just to game manage your way for 17 games and then use all the picks that you had to move all the way up into the draft the season after to get a great quarterback or your quarterback of the future, I mean, shit, it'll be hard to turn that down. It'll be hard to turn that down. So we'll see, man. We'll truly see that. No divas like the Browns did. CJ Stroud just went for 500 yards, 6 TDs without 2 of the best wide receivers in the country at the Rose Bowl. CJ Stroud. Wait. There's college games going on right now? There's college games going on right now? What? Can't we do that with Marcus Mariota? This is what I was saying. Are you willing to ride out with a Teddy B, a Marcus Mariota, a Garoppolo if he gets cut? Are you willing to ride out with that for a season just because you have all the draft capital going forward to to fucking go up, move up in the draft and get a top guys? EC, bro, I value your opinion so much. Spencer Rattler is garbage. He is horrible. Colts have little trade capital. They do this year, but next year they got a decent amount of picks. Well, yeah, they got a decent amount of picks. Trade picks plus Carr and pay Watson. It's tough, man. I think Watson's contract is what, 38 a year? 38 a year. It's tough. It is tough. There's no so what were you guys talking about CJ Stroud? It's not a given though that the QB we draft pans out. DC has had a shitty as management team, building up the team around him for his whole career. I agree, Miguel. That's why I said the Raiders are not in a position right now to make this trade or make a trade. But at the end of the day, like I said, if the Colts going all in is also adding one of those top three guys that I mentioned so many times, you have to think about it. You really, really have to entertain it because look, that man. Look, whether it's Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner, or Quinn Nelson, those are top guys at their positions. Those are top guys at their positions. So look, did the Seahawks get a quarterback in that Denver trade? They got a backup quarterback. They got Drew Lock. That's what they got. Why not? Why not try to give Mariota some burn? Don't get better if you don't play. I agree. I agree. But look, man, it's a really, really weird scenario, man. Like I said, year in, year out, DC is gonna get play from every single teams. Every single team that's looking for a quarterback, DC is gonna get some play. I mean, like I said, dude, the man's stats, they don't lie. They show improvement year in and year out. They show that he's been a 4,000-yard passer for the last 3 years, right? They've shown that his interception rate is pretty damn low for the amount of passes that he's throwing. They showed that his completion percentage equal to a very accurate quarterback. They show a lot of positive. They show a lot of positive. But look, DC at the end of the day, man, he holds a lot of value. He really does. He really, really does. We just seen a fucking bum today with Carson Wentz go for 2 third-round picks. Two. Not one, two. With a possibility of one of them becoming a second-round pick if he plays 70% of snaps. So look, it'll be very, very interesting to see what the Raiders either decline or entertain in the nearby future when it comes to this, because it's just more and more reports every single second. You know, we just got the one that the Cleveland Browns are interested, right? So we just really have to monitor the situation, and we really have to understand how much value DC holds, whether it's in terms of draft capital and players and simply on our roster. He holds a lot of value on our roster as well. He is your quarterback going forward. But if a team like the Colts decide, listen, man, we want what do you want? And then we put out an offer that includes one of those top three guys. And they come back with a okay. And you then agree? Listen, man, it'll be really tough to deny what people are going to be offering, because I think the quarterback value is just going up and up and up. And DC, I mean, he's a guy that's he's playing his better football right now. He's playing his better football right now, man. Like it'll be hard, man. It'll be hard to deny what certain teams want to give up for him. It'll be really hard. I really wanted to see what Washington was quote unquote ready to play for Derek Carr, but look, man, it'll be tough to deny a big, 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 big load of picks, a big load of starters that could potentially be coming our way, just letting go of one guy. But at the end of the day, man, the words came out of Josh McDaniels' mouth just a couple weeks ago, man. DC will be our week one starter. That's the plan. That's the plan. I think I forgot who said it already, but they said it. This is an overreaction to what happened with Russell Wilson. And it is. It is an overreaction. But with DC being our week one opening starting quarterback, because that's our plan for the Raiders. With these teams wanting to give up so much, that can be the plan, but there's always a plan B. There's always a plan B, right? So if a team is willing to give up enough, monitor it, think about it, and sleep on it before you make a final decision. But look, man, I want DC to be our opening week one starter. I know what we have in DC. We don't know what we have in certain draft picks. So at the end of the day, depending on what you offer, if it does not include one of those top 3 guys from the Indianapolis Colts, just decline it. Move on. Move on. Move on. Don't let Indianapolis fucking even contact you ever again. But at the end of the day, you guys, the best option for the Raiders moving forward is building around Derek Carr. That's the best option. And I know it sucks for a lot of you guys in here that really kind of want DC gone. But at the end of the day, the best option for the Las Vegas Raiders is to move on, move forward with Derek Carr and build around him. Build a good roster around him. Because the man just went to the playoffs with the 26th ranked defense and no receivers. So, best option right now, build around the man because he can win. He can freaking win. So guess what? Give the man a fair chance. Don't make him have to throw the ball 40 times a game. Build him an offensive line. Build him an offensive line that allowed Jacobs to play his best football. Get him a receiver or 2. Get him a defense that can give him that can give him the ball back once a week. You know, that's the best thing to do with Derek Carr right now. That's the best thing to do with Derek Carr. Cause yeah, the picks, 50 first-round picks, it all sounds good. But hey, what have we done with our first-round picks lately? Fucking nothing. So it sounds nice. I wouldn't, you know, it'd be hard to disagree with a certain amount of picks and a certain amount of capital. But look, man, best thing to do going forward is to move with Derek Carr. Move with him. Build around him. Because the man getting paid less than $20 million this year, you should be able to make enough moves to be a competitive team, to be able to beat the Broncos at least once a year, to be able to beat the Chiefs at least once a year, and to beat the fucking Chargers at least once a year. You should be with that. You're right up there week in and week out. But with Russell Wilson getting traded to this fucking division, dog, the Denver Broncos aren't freebies. The Denver Broncos aren't just 2 wins on the fucking record no more, bro. They're not. They're not. Like, that's what we got to do, bro. We got to get better. And personally, trading Derek Carr is not getting better, but it could potentially be better for our future if you hit on every single pick that you get, which that is extremely unlikely for this contract. I mean, for this organization. So, build around the man. Build around the man. Give him a fucking O-line, man. Give him a defense. Give him some weapons. Build around him, bro. That's the best thing that you could do for Derek Carr. Me personally, I would love it if the Raiders or Ziegler or McDaniels, and they don't have to do this, but it would put me and a lot of people, you know, on ease. If he just went out and was just not answering these calls. And he was just like, he's not up for sale. We are not listening to what you have to offer. We are going to build around this man. We took this job because we believe in this man. That's what I feel like you should do. That's what I feel like you should do. Like, it is what it is, bro. You have to. My guy T says, why would the Colts give up their best players for one player? Listen, man, the quarterback is the most valuable position in the game. That's why. That's why. But hey, man, I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. Best thing to do. You know, it sounds nice. Shout out to my guy Wasted. You can't be a prisoner of the moment, bro. You can't. You can't see Carson go for 2 threes. You can't see fucking Russell Wilson go for everything and be like, I want that too. You gotta think about it, bro. We were a team that split that split with the Chargers. We're competing with the Chargers. We were a team that swept the Broncos. We were a team that was lacking explosive plays against the Chiefs. You can get that. DC can do that for you, bro. You just have to build around him. You just have to build around him. That's what I feel like we got to do, man. Cool. Entertain it, though, if it does include if it does include fucking DeForest Buckner or one of them dudes, entertain it. But bro, at the end of the day, you just got to build around the man. You just got to build you really just got to build around the man. And I feel like that's the best thing for the Raiders moving forward. Are they trading Carr now, Andy? Hey, ever, bro. It's looking like every team and their mom wanna fucking get this man Derek Carr. So we're just talking about it. 89 points to Kansas City last year. It's clear as day what we need. Cotty. Clear as day, bro. A defense. A defense, fam. We need a defense that can not just hang. We need a defense that can fucking put Kansas City in their place. Same with LA. And Denver, I mean, yeah, they got Wilson. But they also got a decent supporting cast. Really I think the only person that Denver lost on offense, I think the only person they lost on offense was Noah Fant. Drew Lock's a fucking bum. Drew Lock's a bum. Drew Lock's a bum. Every team wants his but us. Weird. I agree. It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. You always have to listen. I love my house, but if someone came here and said, I'll give you $1 million for your house and everything in it, I'm running out this house and tossing them the keys. There you go, Thor. There you go, Thor. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. But look, man, this is just a little bit of an overreaction, bro. For real. I really do think that trade that went down with Denver is definitely a reality check. And at the end of the day, man, we just got to get better on all aspects of the game. On all aspects of the game. Every single level of every side of the ball. You got to get a better O-line. You got to get a better receiver. That's how you're going to compete with Russell Wilson. We saw Russell Wilson lose a lot of games this year. We saw Russell Wilson lose a lot of games this year. So it's not like he's fucking unbeatable. You know? It's not like he's unbeatable. And at the end of the day, your best thing to do going forward is to build around him. Is to build around him. Our defense must improve or we will go nowhere. Exactly. My guy, Raider Champion, says Denver will not win a Super Bowl with Russ. They won't. But look, our goal as Raiders is not to not see Denver win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Our goal is to be in a Super Bowl. That's what our goal is. And with Denver getting Russell Wilson, he may not win a Super Bowl, but he can stop us from making the playoffs and making a run to the Super Bowl. Because Russell Wilson's a damn good football player. So I'm going to just keep saying it, bro. You got to build around DC. Cool. Entertain Indianapolis Colts. If Indianapolis does some dumb shit, and say, we'll give you fucking DeForest Buckner and three first-round picks, what are you saying? Okay, think about it. But outside of that, bro, just build around DC, man. Build around DC. Because our ultimate goal is to make it to a Super Bowl. We have to be able to win 12 games just to make it to the playoffs now. Denver's going to be competitive. We saw how competitive it was between the Chargers and us last year. We were a fucking field goal away from either both of us going in or one of us going in. In terms of the Chiefs, hey man, the Chiefs are feeling the heat right now, bro. The Chiefs are feeling the heat. They're gonna lose a starting corner. They're gonna lose a starting safety. They're gonna lose a starting defensive lineman. They're losing pieces. $45 million for a quarterback. They're losing pieces, bro. So look, KC's window is closing. Well, it's not closing. KC's window is just getting smaller. With Russell Wilson now being at Denver, their window just got a lot bigger. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Denver. The motherfuckers don't even got an owner. The Raiders need to put their head down, go to work, give DC a good surrounding cast on both sides of the ball. defense and offense. Give him a good supporting cast because there hasn't been 1 year where DC got a good supporting cast on both sides of the ball. Not one. Not even when we went to the playoffs. He had one guy that he could rely on. One. So, like, we just got to build around the man. Give him a fair fucking shot. Give him his first fair shot in this league. But like I said, dude, if the Indianapolis Colts want to do some dumb shit and include one of their top guys, I'm here. I'm listening. But if not, hang up the phone on their ass. And we got work to do. That's what we got to do, man. Shout out to my guy Ray the Tape, man. He says, yo, we got 3 firsts for Cooper and Mack. You don't take only picks. You have to get a player in return, if not 2. I agree. In my opinion, I think you need to get 2. You know, DC's a quarterback. You may have to get 2. So then trade DC. Then what? Tank for a QB in 2023. It's hard because if you were to trade DC, you'd hope and pray that you'd be in a position where you have a load of draft capital where you don't have to tank. You can get a bridge quarterback, and in the following draft, you can have a lot of draft capital to move up in the draft and get a top quarterback. That could be what the Raiders would try and think about doing. But bro, I'm gonna keep saying it. If Indianapolis ain't offering one of them top 3 guys, bro, hang up the phone on their ass and get to work. Get to work, man. See what you can do to get better on every single level of the football field. Get to work. Simple as that, man. Give the man a fair fucking shot. You got to do it. Got to do it. Why haven't the Raiders extended Carr if he's their guy? It's a lot harder, man, to extend a quarterback than what we think, bro. Especially with this market just going up and up and up. You know, there has to be. I mean, a deal is not done just on one side, bro. A deal's done on both sides. So, I mean, I agree to you to an extent. You know, like if he's our guy, then just fucking lock him up already, right? But look, extensions take some time. Extensions take some time. At the end of the day, bro, yes, extend DC. Prove to everybody in the fucking league that he's our quarterback, so they can shut up and stop calling us. And we don't have to deal with this no more. And we don't have to deal with this no more. But look, it's just we just need to build around DC, bro. We just need to build around DC. We have to. I mean, if we went 8-8 this year with a gap QB, it wouldn't be a full rebuild after getting one of the rookies in 2023. Young and Stroud are legit. Look, man, that's the thing. It's like if you go with a bridge quarterback, you could put yourself in a position to trade up and get one of them guys. But is that what the Raiders want to do? Because at the end of the day, CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, I'm assuming, is who you're talking about. They could be legit. They could be legit in college, though. We've seen it multiple times. NFL is a different game, bro. NFL is a different fucking game, bro. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, if Indianapolis not willing to if Indianapolis want to be stingy and hold on to one of them top guys, just hang up the phone on their ass and do what you need to do to become that best team in the AFC West. Get that first round bye. That's it. That's it. And Manuel, bro, I completely agree. Completely agree. Only way Carr leaves is if we get an upgrade. Like, come on, man. I don't know, man. Those boys 19, they up next. Hey, man. It's tough, man. It's tough. That boy 19, goddamn. Shout out to my guy Miguel, man. He says, keep up the content, Andy. I appreciate you, bro. I really, really do appreciate you. Let's see. Why would we want picks if they haven't done anything with the team since 07? Look, my boy Ray just said it. You're not just gonna trade for picks. You got to get a player or 2. Didn't DC beat DeForest Buckner and Darius Leonard? Did you see he put the juke on Leonard in the long ball to Renfro? DC did that. Beat them both. Go watch it. Y'all crazy. Let them know. Let them know, EC. Shit. Let them know. Let them know, EC. Fuck. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Just build around the man. Build around the man. Build around him. Build around him. And you can see it now. Carr traded, then we signed Brady, and Gronk will follow. Look, man. Fuck Brady. I don't want that man in the silver and black. Fuck that man. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Well, we have a new regime selecting players now. We sure do. We sure as hell do. We sure as hell do. Look, man. DC, I love the guy. My personal opinion. I know the topic of the hour is trading for him or what can we get out of a trade for him. I think there's more value in building around him than trading for him and hoping and praying that certain rookies, pan out. I think that what we should just do is build around the man. Give him a fair chance. Give him a fair chance. I think there's more value in that. There you go, Armando. There you go. There you go. But look, this right here, DC, man. y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy in the chat. Look, I just want McDaniels to start hanging up these fucking phone calls. They got enough work to do. They got enough work to do, bro. They got enough work to do. Free agency. Because look, if we are to trade DC, our free agency plan changes. Our free agency plan is to build around DC. That's what it is right now. If you trade the man, your fucking free agency changes. It finally changes. So, look, build around the man. Go out, get him some guys he could work with. Go get him some guys he could work with in Brandon Cooks. Because it works for DC and it works for McDaniels. Brandon Cooks, good friend of DC. Brandon Cooks, 1,000-yard receiver in Josh McDaniels' system. Brandon Cooks, when the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels, said that Josh McDaniels was a game changer. So go out, get the man some help, and while doing that, you're getting the guy that's proven in the division or in this system. Go out, sign some offensive linemen, build a stout offensive line for Josh Jacobs to be able to play his best game and not have to bounce out all the time. Go on the defense. Go get yourself a number one corner. Go get yourself a safety, maybe in the draft. Shout out to Nick Cross. That's my guy. Go out in the draft. Draft Devontae Wyatt. Get yourself a lineman of the future. Get a linebacker. And truly build around DC. It's more competitive that way. It's more competitive that way than saying, we're going to fuck off 1 year. Trade all of our shit to go get a top quarterback. That's what we need to do, man. That's what we need to do. Whoa, Brave. You dropped some knowledge earlier, Brave. But this shit right here is not it. DK Metcalf is not a number one receiver, bro. He's not a number one receiver. I like DK. He's not a number one though. What you miss, Gilbert? Man, we just went top to bottom on all shit. Derek Carr in Indianapolis, a little bit of the Cleveland Browns. But look, man, for those of you guys who are just coming in here, bro, I'm gonna say it one last time. You have more value in hitting the draft this year. You have more value in building around Derek Carr than shipping him off and hoping that what you get in return works out for the team. Better fucking value. There's more value that way. So build around the man, give him a fair shot. That's what we need to do. Let's see. My guy Fred must have been asleep the last week, but Devontae got the franchise tag, my brother. Devontae got the franchise tag, fam. Yo, Andy, 40 mil for the 12th best quarterback. Nah, F that, get 2 firsts. Where did you see that he's getting 40 mil? Where'd you see that he's getting 40 mil? DK, a body catcher, he drops too many passes. Look, bro, I like DK a lot. He's not a first round. He's not a he's bro. The motherfucker is not a number 1 receiver. No, no. Um, let's see. He said he had a shot. He blew it against Cincinnati, or he threw an interception against Cincinnati. Time to move on. Carr will always remind us of the past regime losers. That's tough. Andy, are we making the playoffs? It gets a lot harder. It gets a lot harder. Personally, it gets a lot harder. Now that Russell Wilson's in this division, because before we could kind of just, all right, it's the Broncos, but it definitely gets a lot harder now, Manuel. But it's definitely possible. You just have to build a competitive roster. It's easier said than done, but you become a lot less competitive if you trade away DC. So it is what it is. Like, it is what it is, bro. My man Fred said no Devontae shit. Yeah, bro, that man got fucking, he got tagged. What was it? Didn't Devontae get tagged like only 4 hours away from the deadline? That was tough. That was tough. We trade DC, we don't make the playoffs. I agree. It's easier if we keep adding talent. I'm gonna keep this one up here. This right here so far is the comment of the day. It's easier if we keep adding talent. It's a fact, bro. It's a lot easier to add talent in the draft, add talent in free agency, than to trade away your quarterback and kind of start a rebuild because you don't have your guy of the future. Actually, that's not true. If Denver is better than the Chargers, are better than the Chiefs, are better than all that, means is cannibalizing in the AFC West. That means a lot lower record for a near 500. Bro, I don't know if I'm just tired, bro, or if that was a big ass run on sentence. Shit, that fucked me up. Get Cooks and Chark and we build the rest around the team. I agree. I think if you bring in Brandon Cooks and you bring in DJ Chark, solid, bro. Solid as hell. Brandon Cooks a guy that can take the top off. Brandon Cooks a guy that can run all the man. Brandon Cooks can run the full route tree. DJ Chark is a guy. He's your big body guy, along with B Edwards. You got Renfro on the slot. You know he's gonna eat. You got Waller. You got Waller. You know he's gonna eat. And you got Josh Jacobs. If he has a stout interior offensive line, you know he's gonna eat. So I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you. Quentin Hood, he says, I'm with you. Add talent around DC. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do, bro. Add talent around DC. Give him a better supporting cast. Because if you give him a better supporting cast, you're going to go far. Give him a better supporting cast, you're going to go far. The motherfucker was one play away from beating a team that was in the Super Bowl. And he played with the 26 ranked defense in the league. And he was one play away from beating the team that went to the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's hindsight, but look, man, it happened, bro. It happened. I trade every hater in here for an old sandwich, a warm generic soda. So tired of listening to their crying. Damn, like that, T? Oh, shit. Bring back the Mack truck. I would love that, bro. Carr is not replaceable, period. Okay, Fred Flintstoner. Okay. Shit, I'm keeping my. Yo, y'all are funny, bro. That motherfucker said, shit, I'm keeping my sandwich. Y'all fucking funny as fuck. A generic soda, y'all, goddamn, y'all fucking. Oh man, this is fucking funny, dog. One play away from tying them, Raider Mike. If he would have scored that touchdown, bro, we would have won. We would have won, bro, because we would have went to overtime and we would have continued to be undefeated in overtime. So, okay, my boy Greg, he says sign Chark and J.C. Jackson and draft Olave. Boom, we in it. I said Olave. Look, how many of you guys in here want DC gone? How many of you guys in here, if you want Derek Carr out of here, put DC by. If you want DC off this team, just put DC. You could put a little waving emoji. You could put a little peace emoji. You could do all that. If you guys want DC in here, give me a deuces in the chat. But if you want DC in here, spam a bunch of goats. Spam a bunch of goats. Because look, y'all heard me say it, bro. If the price is right, entertain the shit. If the price is right, entertain the shit. But if it's not, and they're not offering one of their top players, hang up that phone and build around DC. Simple as that, bro. If they're not willing to let go of Buckner, of a Leonard, of a Quentin Nelson, then fuck that. Oh, okay. That boy said deuces. My boy, Sharkin says deuces. Silver and Stock says deuces. This boy said Peterman to go. Damn, he gave a double deuces. We got a lot of goats in here. DC stays. There you go, Fred Flintstone. Damn, Carr can do the dash like that. Street Life Vlogs. Shoosh. Pharaoh with the goats. My guy Pharaoh. Damn. Sheesh. Okay, that's how y'all rocking. My guy, Raiders for Life says only way McDaniels is trading Carr is if he has Brady on the phones. Facts. Great job, Andy. I say build around Carr. I agree with you, Raider for Life. I agree with you. But I swear to God, bro, if fucking McDaniels has Brady on the phone, I'm gonna slap McDaniels. My guy Omar says DC is our QB, but if the price is right, yo, that shit is the perfect lay, dog. I'm telling you, he's our QB, bro. But if they want to do some dumb shit and give us Darius Leonard or DeForest Buckner and some draft capital, I'm sorry, fam. Your time is up. Your time is up. But bro, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I definitely feel you, Omar. Definitely feel you, bro. Definitely. The Bucks have Brady rights, man. Fuck Brady and the Bucks. Fuck them both. 40 mil would get JC and Chark and a rookie QB. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. You want a rookie QB? Look, man. I personally just feel like trading Derek Carr is not a thing that this team is built for doing right now, unless you get some starters in return along with draft capital. Okay? But I think that the best route for this team is to build around DC. Give him a fighting chance. Okay? Let him prove that with players around him, he can beat Russell Wilson once a year. He can beat Justin Herbert once a year. He could beat Mahomes once a year. But if you put a surrounding cast and that motherfucker sucks ass, hit the road, motherfucker. Like, hit the road. But, bro, what he's shown us so far is a player that can win. And a player that has won, The 2 times he's gone to the playoffs, bro, he's had the 20th ranked defense and the 26th ranked defense. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. That's not a lot at all, bro. At all. At all, man. So, look, give DC a fighting chance, bro. Because at the end of the day, whether DC looks good this year and you extend him, that's even better. Or if he looks bad, he'll still hold value. He'll still hold value. But man, rookie QB equals 1 minus 16. Oh, 1 and 16. I was like, huh? Carr did pretty well considering he had to run for his life off that turnstile Brandon Parker. Yeah, Brandon Parker's ass. But he didn't run for his life, right, the champion. That motherfucker just got sacked. Carr can win. I agree. Build around Carr. There you go, Fred. I feel the same way. Carr can win. Carr can win. My guy, Raider Nation, he says, question, Andy, what if we draft the top tight end to pair with Waller in the 2 tight end sets? Who would you go with the first round for a tight end? There's absolutely no tight end in this draft that I would take in the first round. So, no. But if there is a tight end that I would look at, it would be either be Trey McBride or what's his name? Dolchich. They both good run blockers in my opinion, and that's something that we can use in this scheme. But personally, bro, I wouldn't even look at drafting a tight end unless it's like the 20th round. Shout out to my guy Farrell, man. He says people don't know what a shitty QB play looks like. Hey, man, I do. I do. That motherfucking Terrell Pryor. Ooh, Connor Cook, Matt McGloin. That boy trash, man. Look, bro, that boy Terrell Pryor sucks ass, but hey, he still got that record 99-yard quarterback run. Goat shit. Let's see. Bro, McDaniels didn't go 1 and 16 with a damn. That's a fact though. They did go crazy with a good, but they also had the second best defense in the NFL. My guy says Carr's already proven that he could win when he has weapons. Just imagine if he had weapons and a defense. Sheesh. Let them know, motherfucker. Let them know. Truth, we have Morrow and D Wall. Morrow definitely had a down year this year, you guys. But in my opinion, Foster Moreau should definitely be getting more reps, more touches. DC's a top 5 passer leader. If you want him gone, you're an idiot. Carr had no coach or Ruggs, first round pick. Look, this is what I'll say about DC. And I like DC. I want him to stay. But I do not agree that he's a top 5 passer. He's a top 5 passer in terms of yards. But in terms of passing touchdowns, he's one of the bottom in the league. So, I mean, yeah, I like DC. But at the end of the day, bro, we also got to keep it real with ourselves. How many passing touchdowns did he have? Not much, but he had a fuck ton of yards. So, look, I like him, but at the end of the day, we got to be realistic too. Let's see. Hey, Andy, my guy, what would you take for Carr? Shit. Give me Darius Leonard. Give me Darius Leonard, a first round pick, two second round picks, and Quentin Nelson. No, I'm playing, bro. I don't know, bro. I really don't know because it's hard because the Colts don't have a first round pick this year. So, yeah, it's tough. I say Carr is anywhere from the 6th to 14th best QB in the league. It definitely varies, bro. It definitely varies. Definitely does vary. My guy Farrell again in the chat says, for second tight end, OJ Howard for the cheap, talented number 2 tight end. I think that would cause a lot of matchup problems. I like that a lot, Farrell, but personally, unpopular opinion, I still like Foster Moreau. I don't know about y'all. I still like Foster Moreau, bro. I still like Foster Moreau, and I wouldn't really know how I would feel if the Raiders went out and signed OJ Howard, because I feel like he'd get at least 6 to 7, right? At least $6 million, right? What do you guys think? Um, Yep, stick to Foster. I agree. I still dig Foster. There we go. Silver in stock. Jesus. Morrow gotta go. That's how we feeling. That's how we feeling. Furrow. Damn. Damn. Morrow pissed me off last year. I like the idea of two tight ends. Well, if you like the idea of two tight ends, Fred, you're really gonna love McDaniels. You're really gonna love McDaniels because he also likes the idea of two tight ends. Foster can still be valuable. His development was hindered by Gruden. I just feel like we didn't use him as much as we did in the first 2 years. I feel like he got cold. He got cold. He didn't get enough reps. He didn't get as many touches. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough for him to just be always consistent when he's not consistently getting the ball. You know? Andy, do you think DC is good enough to survive 3 regime changes? I think if you're good enough to survive 2, what's one more? That's what I feel like with DC. That's what I feel like with DC. Get DC a red zone weapon or a running game, parentheses O line, inside the 10-yard line, and his TD and our red zone percentage both go up. They both go up through the roof. They both go up through the roof, in my opinion, Willie. But it's kind of hard to just go out and get a red zone guy because it's like, look, DJ Chark with his frame could be a red zone guy. Brian Edwards should be a red zone guy. Foster Moreau, Darren Waller should be red zone guys. So when it came down to the red zone, I never felt like we lacked talent. I felt like we lacked coaching and play calling in the red zone because we were a team that consistently was able to get down into the red zone, but we were a team that consistently never finished. And that's not okay. That's not good at all. But shout out to my guy Chuckles, man. Carr's a top 10 QB with minimal talent around him. His career and mediocre talent on defense since he was drafted. Carr is just as good as Stafford, in my opinion, and we know how that turned out. In my opinion, Chuckles, Carr is better than Stafford. Carr is better than Stafford. Stafford played at the biggest stage of his career this year, and he looked bad. I think he threw 2 picks. He missed a couple touchdowns. I'm not a fan of Stafford. I honestly feel like he's getting overrated, in my opinion, because of the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. Play calling. I agree, Mike S. I think that your team, if they have enough talent to go 98 yards, why don't they have enough talent to get 2 yards? You know? Why don't they have enough talent to get 2 more yards? I know we definitely lacked weapons. We definitely did lack weapons. But when it came down to the red zone, I really have no excuses for red zone. And I feel like red zone falls a lot on penalties and play calling. And if you look at our team, that's what it was. It was penalties and play calling. That's how I feel like it is, bro. That's how I feel like it is. Didn't Carr throw a pick and we lose the game in the playoffs? What are we saying? Look, Cash Lord, he threw a pick trying to force a touchdown on his last play. This motherfucker Stafford threw 2 picks, had a defense that won him the game. That's what we're saying, Cash Lord. Stafford would have been holding a big fat L if Aaron Donald didn't get to that quarterback. You know why? Jamar Chase was fucking whooping Jalen Ramsey down the sideline, bro. So look, Stafford, in my opinion, is not better than Derek Carr. He's been put in a better situation than Derek Carr. So look, I agree. That play that Derek Carr ended our season on was fucking horrible. I hated it. I hated that shit. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, when your dumbass fucking coordinator is making your best offensive player do a wheel route on the 7-yard line, There's other things you need to fucking worry about, bro. A wheel route on the 7-yard line, bro. It forced him to have to throw the ball to the guy that was nearest to the end zone. He had to force that pass, bro. He had to. He had to. And I'm not making an excuse for Derek Carr because he had time on that play. He definitely had time. He could have made something work. But I'm not gonna fully just, oh, Derek Carr fucking sucks. He threw a pick. It doesn't make sense, bro. Yeah. I don't know. Fuck Greg Olson. Simple as that. But look, man, when we're talking about this whole Derek Carr shit, it is an overreaction. It is. This shit, we got hit with a reality check. We got slapped in the face. We got told to wake up. We got a Hall of Famer in our division. And right now, moving forward, I know it looks like we got two options. It looks like we have an option to move on from DC, but really we got one. Really, we have one. And that option at the end of the day is to move on, put your head down, go to work, get some talent in free agent, get some talent in a draft, and go be competitive. And go be competitive. Andy, what I am trying to say is that all the 14s are good in the all the 14s are good in the AFC West. That means nobody's going to sweep anybody. It means everybody's going to be around 500 in their AFC West games. I agree. I agree. I agree. Let's see. That boy Thor talking shit. He said DC hella scary. Hey man, I will say this, bro. DC is not a guy. Look, DC's not a fucking guy that's gonna do what Lamar, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. He's not gonna do those crazy athletic plays. But he's also not gonna fuck up a lot. And he's also not inaccurate. And he's also not stupid. He also knows how to read a defense. He also knows how to understand. He watches enough film to read a defense before the play is snapped. Look. I like DC, bro. At the end of the day, we're a team that needs to be competitive. We are a team that needs to be competitive. And trading away DC does not allow you to be competitive this year. It doesn't. What allows you to be competitive is extending DC, making around $15 to $20 million in your cap. What allows you to be competitive is extending Max Crosby, saving around $4 million in your cap. Is extending Hunter Renfrow, saving another $2.5 million in your cap, and maximizing the most out of that money, maximizing the most out of your cap space, maximizing your roster. Go out and draft good talent in the draft. And you know what? That allows you to be competitive. Because right now, trading away DC, we're not even we don't even have not one other quarterback on this roster, bro. Peterman's gone. Mariota a free agent. That would mean that the Raiders would be a quarterback-less team heading into free agency. Fuck that. Fuck no. No. But like I was saying, shout out to my guy Thor, bro. Shout out to my guy Thor. But look, at the end of the day, you guys, I do understand where you guys are coming from. For those of you guys who don't want DC here, I understand. Because if a team offers me the farm and draft capital, I will entertain that phone call as well. But at the end of the day, what we want for the Raiders is to be able to, in the best spot, to compete for a championship, for a Super Bowl, to get ourselves that fourth Super Bowl trophy. That's all we want. And as of today, March 9th, we are 5 days away from free agency opening. Our eyes should be set on free agency and not trading our quarterback. Okay? So if you guys want Carr gone so bad, you guys need to question how much you like the Raiders. Because if you like the Raiders, you need to understand that right now what's best for us is to keep him and build around him. Okay? So look, go into this draft, go into this free agency period with a plan to get better at every level of this football team, every level of the roster. Once you do that, you truly can see how you can analyze what you have in Derek Carr. Me personally, I know what we have in Derek Carr. I know what we have in Derek Carr. Hey, Farrell, I don't know what you're trying to do with this. I don't know what you're trying to do with this, Farrell. I like Derek Carr more. I like Derek Carr more. If you're asking me who's the better athlete though, Farrell, Lamar Jackson is the better athlete. If you're asking me who is the better quarterback, Derek Carr. Derek Carr. Derek Carr. Derek Carr over Lamar. Easy. Farrell, I know you know football, Farrell. I know you do. I know you know football, Farrell. Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson without that scheme that is catered to his play, he's not doing that with any other team. Lamar Jackson isn't going to the Colts and making the Colts a better team. Well, I mean, he will because they fucking suck. But Lamar Jackson isn't going to the Colts and he's going to do everything that fucking Carson Wentz can't. You know football, Pharaoh. You know, I watched your shit. You know football. And you're telling me that Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Derek Carr? Fuck no. Lamar Jackson is a damn good athlete. There's a lot of shit he can do that Lamar can't, that DC can't. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that Lamar is a better quarterback than Derek Carr when Derek Carr fucking beat his ass on primetime this year. You can't tell me that shit. Come on, Farrell. You're way better than that, bro. Way better than that, bro. And you're my guy, too. Shout out to Farrell. Everybody in here, go subscribe to Farrell, man. That's my guy. That is my guy, bro. People act like great quarterbacks grow on trees. If it was so easy, how come we've only had two great quarterbacks in the last 20 years? Carr and Gannon. Build the team to win. Facts, Junior. Facts, JR. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact. And look, man, if any of you guys are new to the channel, because I know there must be a lot of new faces in here, we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So if you like Raider content, I try and drop something at least every day. And with free agency period opening up very, very soon, you will see maybe one, maybe two videos a day, maybe even three, depending on how active we are. Hit that subscribe button down below. We are so close to 4,000 subscribers. So like I said, please show some love on the channel if this is your first time here. Don't be a fucking stranger, y'all. Pull up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for the guy, man. No disrespect for Lamar, Rookie of the Year and MVP. Bro, I love Lamar Jackson. I do. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. He's not a better QB than Derek Carr. He's a damn better athlete. He can do a lot of shit that DC can't with his legs. But nah, bro. Nah. Rich Eisen started all the madness. I know, bro. He like, come on, man. He started all this shit. So, yeah. Just appreciate you, bro. For real. We really out here trying to grind, man. And I'm putting out a lot of content lately. So appreciate you subbing up to the channel, bro. Appreciate you. So close to 4 bands. So appreciate that, my man. Andy, absolute prodigy when it comes to Raider knowledge. Subscribe. Appreciate you, Cesar. Appreciate you, my man. Trade Carr for Mayfield. This motherfucker tripping, man. This motherfucker tripping, man. Facts. The first game, too. Let him know, Gabe. Let him know. A rookie QB will get us 4 years of no playoffs. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Hard for Gannon when the defense is calling out the plans. Tough. Eyes in that bastard. Shout out to my guy Thor. He says, yee. By those matrix, Stafford is the best QB now. So pump them brakes, facts, pump them shits, man. My guy OG Fade, you to go, Andy. I've been with you since 400 subs. God damn, bro. God damn. Shout out to my guy Raider Mike. He says just subbed Andy. First time in the chat. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you for real, for real. We out here just trying to grind, bro. We out here just trying to grind. 250 watching, only 30 likes. Some ain't adding up. I'm pretty sure your stream ain't refreshed, bro. Pretty sure the stream ain't refreshed. I think. Pretty sure the stream ain't refreshed. Yeah, we got 153. Let's see. We will get lots of great players if we trade a Carr. His contract alone will be too big for this team. Trade Carr. That's how we feeling, Vega. That's how we feeling. That's tough, bro. That's how we feeling. I can't wait to play Wilson. He's gonna have a hard time trying to run away from Max with that trash donkey O-line. See, that's the attitude we need, Vinny. That's the attitude we need. My man right here, Boogie, says if Carr gets traded, all these motherfuckers just gonna cry about the new rookie quarterback if he doesn't make the playoffs in his first year. Hey, let him know, ONT. Let him know. Let him know. Everybody better be sub to the homie Andy. If not, we gonna re-sign Trent Brown. Hey, so if y'all hate Trent Brown, hit that sub button, bro. Hit that sub button. If not, Trent Brown gonna get re-signed tomorrow. Just straight up. Let him know, ONT. Let him know. Kuntz gonna be great. I really think that Kuntz in this new defense, he's gonna get molded to be a perfect outside linebacker that can do a lot of things for the Raiders. I'm just saying, look out for that. This is Yannick's last year on his deal. We're really gonna have to decide, hey man, we need to either address this need that we have at outside linebacker slash edge rusher slash pass coverage role. I think that Kuntz could be molded into that. I think he could be molded into that. Shout out to my guy Raider Champion, another great Raider content creator. If you have not checked my guy out, check my guy Raider Champion. I always show love to my guy, bro, because I remember I was first trying to do my visuals. He responded back in his comments and he hooked it up. He gave me some knowledge on how to do some visuals. I asked him a couple questions and he was there. I was watching this man before I started my channel. So please check out my guy Raider Champion, bro. For real, for real. Let's see. Kuntz might benefit the most from Coach Graham's scheme. Book it. I think it could happen. I think that he is young enough. He has shown a lot. He has shown a lot of potential. I mean, the fact that he was able to put on some weight and it showed that it helped him a lot was a breath of fresh air, right? Because we were all kind of like, damn, bro, like what are we doing with Kuntz? We drafted him in the 3rd round. We want to know what Kuntz is here for. And with all that time that he took off and he was just training, pumping that iron, putting on muscle, it showed that it worked. And I do agree with you. I think that he could be a guy that can truthfully benefit the most out of this new scheme change. Shout out to my guy, the Land of 90 says, what happened to moving Abram to outside linebacker? I think it should still happen, personally, because I feel like Abram does not really suit this scheme in terms of a strong safety. He doesn't really suit this scheme at all in terms of safety, period, like strong or free. He's a guy that if he's going to play in the system and benefit, he needs to play near the line of scrimmage, whether that's on the line of scrimmage full-time as a linebacker or as a sub linebacker. But I think on any team, the only way that he benefits a lot is by being close to the line of scrimmage. So I think that it has to be done. He says, Lucky JM says, Andy, what have the Colts offered for Carr? So far, we haven't yet seen anything on what they have officially offered. What we've been talking about today is what would they offer? What would you guys accept if they offered such and such. Would you guys even trade him? All that kind of stuff, bro. We've been speaking a lot of hypotheticals since it's looking, and quote unquote, they're going all in. They can go all in on our quarterback. So we really been talking about that. We talked about that for the last hour. But now we've been like shading over, just kind of talking about Raiders news and Raiders football in general. Um, what do you think about somebody like Ryan Fitzpatrick? In my opinion, Ryan Fitzpatrick is kind of a weird one because if Ryan Fitzpatrick is on, he plays lights out. But then he has the week after he plays lights out, and he fucking sucks. He plays like a bum. So Ryan Fitzpatrick is interesting. I think that Ryan Fitzpatrick and Marcus Mariota are probably the two best backup quarterbacks in the league because they both can come off the bench and win you games. I know Marcus Mariota didn't come off the bench and win any games for us, but we had that chance, man. We had that chance. Our fucking shit happened. Football. Football. Yeah, when Fitz is off, he's really off. I agree. I agree. Oh God, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, nah. Um, I want Darius Leonard and Taylor and their guard if they want to do the trade. We ain't giving away Carr. What the fuck? Hey man, I feel you, Omar. I feel you, Omar. Nobody would be a top 5 passer in regards to no touchdowns if they had our offensive line is line and our wide receivers. I agree. I agree. My guy Farrell backing up his statement. He says Lamar is a dual threat quarterback, former MVP. The Ravens' offense is tailored to Lamar's skill set, but that's what good offenses do, build around the talent of their players. I agree. But if we're asking who's the better quarterback, a quarterback, look, unless you play for the Baltimore Ravens, Farrell, a quarterback's job is to throw the ball, not to run the ball. So when you're asking me, there's a difference between what Cam Newton did when he won his MVP and what Lamar did. Cam Newton threw the ball. Cam Newton ran the ball. That was a true dual threat. But I mean, just look at it. We played Baltimore. What did Lamar do as a thrower, as a passer? What did Lamar do to us? Let me ask you this, Farrell. When we went into that game against Baltimore, our game plan was to do what? Make Lamar beat us with his arm. Why? Because he is a threat on the ground. When you put him in a situation where he has to throw the game and he has to pass his team back into the game, he won't have the high chance of doing it. If you ask Derek Carr to throw his way back into a game, he can do it. I'm not saying Lamar has never done it. I've seen him come back and win games. But when you are a quarterback, unless you are the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, your job is to throw the ball. DC is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a much better athlete. He's a much better runner. But to me, when you're telling me those two things, that doesn't sound like a quarterback. Sounds like an athlete. Okay? I understand what you're saying. Yes, good offenses build around the skill set of their players' needs and talents. I agree with that. That's what a good offense should do. But like I said, man, if you want a good runner, go get a running back and build an offensive line. Lamar Jackson, what he does is special. But what he does with his arm is not special. It's not. Lamar is special, yes. Farrell, Lamar is special. If you're asking me who's more talented, Lamar is more talented. But Lamar's not a better quarterback than Derek Carr, in my opinion. I don't think so. Let's see. Realistically speaking, do we have a chance at landing Deshaun Watson? No. Me personally, I feel like Mark Davis would not allow that deal to even go through, even if we did have a shot Deshaun Watson. I don't think that Mark Davis, our owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, would allow that to go through. And the reason why is because if you look at Mark Davis' history, nothing when it comes to domestic violence or anything close to what Deshaun Watson is going through, it's a hard no. It's a hard pass. Do I think Deshaun's a fantastic football player? I agree. But Mark Davis is not going for that shit, bro. So realistically, Brian, we have no shot. We have no shot. Big Jim says Olave or Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd all day. Andy, just tell him fuck Lamar. No, that's not fuck Lamar, bro. Lamar's a fucking fantastic player. He's a fantastic athlete. He's a fantastic athlete. But he is not a better quarterback than Derek Carr. When you are, look, let me put it like this. When you go into the draft and you have people telling you to switch positions, it's not because you're a great quarterback. It's because you're a great athlete. And what I'm saying is, Lamar Jackson, what he's doing in Baltimore is special. It's great. It's unique. Lamar Jackson isn't winning a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like Brady did. Lamar Jackson isn't winning a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams like Stafford did. He's not. Because you know why? When I see their backup quarterback Huntley come in the game, I see Huntley do a lot of the same shit. But he's not a polished thrower, as polished of a thrower as Lamar. But I see him do a lot of the same shit. You know why? Because they're both fantastic athletes. Lamar's a fucking great player. What he's doing is very hard to duplicate. Probably won't ever be duplicated. But look, if you're asking me who's better, my quarterback, Derek Carr, or Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr. Derek Carr. But look, fuck them both. How about that? How about that? I wouldn't mind. Nah, Watson's not coming here, bro. Watson's not coming here. He tried to force a touchdown to number 5 receiver playing as a number 1. Are you kidding me? You don't even know football? Oh man. Look, if I don't know football, look, man, I'm sorry, Frank. You know what? How about you run the channel, Frank? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's tough. I mean, if you want to tell me, you tell me this. You tell me this. What's your name? Frank? Go ahead and pull up the list of the top 10 in yards this year, catching, receivers and tight ends. Let me know if the Raiders had a top 10 pass catcher. No. Let me know if the Baltimore Ravens had a top 10 pass catcher. Because I'll tell you this. Their tight end had over 1,200 receiving yards. I mean, I know their receiving core, their outside guys aren't the greatest, but neither are ours. Neither are ours. You know what, Frank? How about this? You start your own channel and you explain why Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than Derek Carr. Hell no, bro. It's not happening. Let's see. I seen Carr do a flip. that boy DC did a flip. What was it against Cincinnati the year before? Frank is on Google. Facts. Carr's not good. Oh man. DC's a bum, huh? DC just fucking sucks. Yo, this motherfucker. Look, I gotta take a picture of this shit, dog. I gotta take a picture of this shit. Wasted vocabulary. What's up, Andy? What's good with you? What's good with you? You gotta pull out some wild shit. You gotta pull out some wild shit. You gotta say what up, Andy, and like some gibberish or some shit. But look, y'all. Look, we we didn't talk about DC, bro. Let's I could be on here for another 10 more minutes. We could be on here for another 10 more minutes. I don't wanna go full 2 hours, but I'm down to go hour 45. Let's go on here another 10 more minutes. Ask me any questions. Ask me what do you guys think about free agency, all this kind of stuff, bro. All this kind of stuff. Was good, Andy, just popping in. You think Carr's getting traded to the Colts? Look, first and foremost, I hope not. But G Town, I think that if the price is right, the Raiders should definitely entertain the offer. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's getting traded. I don't think he's getting traded. I don't think that McDaniels would come here. I don't think that McDaniels would come here in year one trade away the quarterback. I don't think so. I don't think so. Some of these people would take Jamarcus Russell over Derek Carr. Let's get JC Jackson. I would love it. I would love it, Brian. That would allow us to have a number one corner. That would allow Trayvon Mullen to flourish because he wouldn't have to travel. It's amazing. It's amazing. DJ Chark. What about him, Florida? What about him, Florida boy? I like DJ Chark. He's a solid player. He can honestly become a better player than what he already is. He's big body receiver, but has a lot of speed. Has no problem really getting open, and personally, he's a guy that can really help in the red zone. So I'm for it, just at the right price. I definitely don't want to be a team that's out here overpaying. We already bit on that bullet too much. We already overpaid a lot for a guy like Nick Witkowski, Corey Littleton, Carl Nassib, and those guys were kind of strapped to those guys because of how bad the contracts were made. So I really don't want to be a team to overpay. Definitely don't want to be a team to overpay. Shout out to my guy Big Jim. He says, "Who's your dream pick at 22?" It would have to definitely be Devin Lloyd or Treylon Burks. But I will have to say that with the performance that Jordan Davis put at the combine, I would definitely have to say Jordan Davis. Those would be my top three guys. If all three of those guys were on the board, I would draft. I would probably draft Jordan Davis just out of the fact that he, in my opinion, is a bigger need at this point today than linebacker. And I like a couple linebackers in round two and three. And I don't think that this defensive tackle class is good enough in the second round and third round outside of Travis Jones to, you know, to pass up on a guy like Jordan Davis in the first. My guy Omar says Vikings are shopping Dalvin Cook, Thielen, and Kendricks. Personally, you guys may hate me for this, but out of those three guys right there, I would take Eric Kendricks over all of them. I would take Eric Kendricks over all of them. Jordan Davis because of 3-4. I agree. I agree. Andy, who's the best quarterback in the West? Patrick Mahomes. And it hurts me to fucking say that. It pains me to say that. Shout out to my guy White Tyson. He says, if Eagles grab Wagner, maybe Lloyd falls to 22. I would hope that would happen, White Tyson. I would absolutely hope for that. That's my favorite defensive prospect outside of Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. My guy Farrell, he says, I get what you're saying, Andy. And that being said, I can see an MVP type of year from DC this year. McDaniels combo with offseason upgrades got me confident. I agree, Farrell. I agree. I feel like if there's ever a time where DC can absolutely solidify himself as a top quarterback in this league, would be this year, because I feel like this system would cater to his strengths, much like how Baltimore caters to Lamar's strengths. And also I feel like if you get a guy like Cooks, it really allows some familiarity and and a good aura because you have guys that are friends in Derek Carr, so you don't really have to build a relationship, and you also have a guy like Cooks that can help teach the scheme on and off the field. Him already having experience with the team, he's a proven and seasoned veteran, averaging over 1,000 yards a season. He's only had 2 seasons out of an 8-year career where he did not have 1,000 yards, and he's a damn good player, man. So I agree. Andy, I still want us to get Allen Robinson. I would love for us to get Allen Robinson, but kind of what my guy Lion right here just said. Expect the unexpected. I don't see us going out and getting Allen Robinson. Personally, I feel like we'll kind of be a team that it kind of sucks, but I feel like we may be a team that'll go kind of on the cheaper side on offense and really really build that defense. Shout out to my guy Berserk. He says, "Yo, what up, Handy? Handy, I'm so glad we ain't gonna be reaching for anybody like we used to. At least I hope not with the new staff. Yeah, I think we definitely won't be a team that'll be doing that. I definitely feel like we'll be a team. Well, I mean, Ziegler kind of already said it. He kind of already addressed it. He mentioned it in, I believe, his most recent meeting that he had." And he said, regardless whether it's at a position of need or not, we're going to be a team that just goes after good football players. In my opinion, I feel like that means that we are going to be a team that's going to be heading into the draft, um, with the best player available mentality. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. Lucky says, Andy, why not trade the whole team? Shit, because I want to watch games. I don't want to have to be depressed every game. You feel me? Um, what was the rank of the Ravens defense before he got hurt? Who are we talking about? Before who got hurt? If we have to trade one of our top players for picks, who would you trade off? Ooh, that's tough. One of our top players. So I guess you're talking about Matt. Oh, I'm Jacobs. Jacobs getting traded. Jacobs getting traded. Easy. Easy. Carr needs to stop fumbling. He's good overall. I definitely feel like fumbling is an issue for Derek Carr. But I feel like the numbers of fumbles that he has a year is not nearly as many as the number of fumbles that he loses a year, but it's still a problem that will be hard to address. So, yeah. What was your or Burks' speed is suspect? Pass on him? I would not pass on Burks. I would not pass on Burks. We were talking about signing a guy like Allen Robinson in free agency when Allen Robinson ran a 4.6 in the draft. Needs gloves. I wouldn't mind. I would love for DC to wear a glove on his left hand. I would love for DC to wear a glove on his left hand. It allows him to get a little bit more grip on the ball when he's doing his drop. Maybe for him it'll be a little bit tough, but Ric Flair is what for real. Derek Carr is still a Raider as of right now, but if the Raiders decide to move on from DC and send him to Indianapolis, it'll be one weird day in the Raider Nation. Why is Peeps hung up in Watson? Get over it. I agree. Burks is a beast and plays faster than it. I agree. I agree. Give him a true number one receiver. Well, it'll be kind of hard to get him a true number one receiver because I don't really feel like there is a true number one receiver, maybe outside of Allen Robinson in free agency. I feel like Allen Robinson, you know, he's. I definitely don't think he's over the hill. I think that he needs to be with a team, but this is the thing. I feel like he wouldn't be really a part of the future of this franchise. He'd be here for maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, and I think that would be the end of his career. I really want a guy that we could bring in that'll be here for a long time. That's the problem I've had with Carr, fumbles and interceptions. I could agree with you with the fumbles, but the interceptions, not really. He's not a guy that really throws a lot of interceptions. This year, he had more interceptions than usual due to the fact that he threw the ball a lot more. But look, you guys. We've been on here for an hour 45. It was fun spending time with you guys. It was fun talking about what we think the Raiders could get out of Derek Carr, what we think we should do with Derek Carr, what we think will happen with Derek Carr. It seems like we're in this situation every year. But at the end of the day, you guys, I feel like the Raiders should stick with Derek Carr. We should build around Derek Carr and give him his best chance to succeed. I feel like if we want to continue to be a competitive team like we were last year, you need to have him on this roster. You need to build around him. But with that all being said, you guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys for pulling up. Like I said earlier in the live, if you are new, we have over 200 of you guys. I only need less than 100 to get to 4,000. So if you guys like Raider content, man, if you guys like daily Raider content, hit that subscribe button. Tune in with me. We do these lives a lot. Most of the time, or half the time, we have special guests on here. We have a lot of fun. We interact with the chat. So like I said, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, man. And I appreciate every single one of you guys in the nation. I love you guys oh so very much. But look, I will see you guys tomorrow because I'm sure there'll be something to talk about tomorrow. Love you all, Raider Nation. I'm out.